And Metallica's management were wanting to find a place to do a small show before their Bonnaroo performance. And they had a new record coming out in September, the following September, The Death Magnetic. And so they basically wanted to kind of place themselves back, you know, with independent retail, their fan club members. Don Van Cleve talked to Doyle and said, what would you think about having a Metallica show like at Grimey's? Of course, we're like, well, Grimey's is too small. You couldn't fit Metallica in Grimey's. So the natural thing was, well, you know what? You know, Mike co-owns the basement downstairs, and you think that might work? Doyle said, well, you know, he's already had secret shows with Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings. He's had secret shows with Oak Crow Medicine Show, little shows that were warm-up shows for their tour. And those are actually, one of those was they were managed by the same company as Metallica. So that story resonated enough to where they were like, well, then that should probably be the place where we do it. We were all like, you know, there's no way this is going to happen. We were sworn to secrecy. We were like, look, if you talk about it, it's definitely not going to happen. So I put it out of my mind because it was like 3 months away. And I'm like, you know what? They're going to have to fly somebody from management over to look at the club in person to make sure this will work. So I said, that's when it's not going to happen. So they flew one of their guys in, and he walked in. He was this English guy, and he walked in the front door, and he looked around, and he was like, and then I'm thinking he's just going to drop the bomb. He's like, oh, this will work, mate. This is perfect. That day I was like, you know, I never did ask this question, but how are the fan club guys going to keep their mouth shut about this? And they were like, well, they don't know that they're coming to see Metallica. They have been invited to a secret Metallica-related event, and they have been told to meet over at Sevier Park an hour before this event is supposed to take place. So they don't even know what the basement is. That morning, Metallica show up, and they bring they don't show up, but their crew shows up. There's like 30 road cases here. There's not a spare inch of space anywhere. And their sound guy walks in, and I'm getting nervous because I'm like, their sound guy had just run sound for Led Zeppelin at the O2 Arena, like the reunion show. And he's going to look at this place and go ballistic. And he looked at it, and he just laughed, and he's like, this is perfect. And I'm like, cool, man. And he was just like our butt. Their entire entourage came into our place like, we don't want to mess your house up. We know that this is your house. And it's just amazing. So they come to sound check, and they're sound checking. They're playing Whiplash. It's like my favorite, because all the songs that they played, almost all of them were from their first 3 records. And I walk outside to check on things, and 8 policemen walk through the front door of Grimey's, and they walk down the back, and they walk down the steps, and they walk right in front here, and they stand in a semicircle right in the front of those 2 steps over there. And one of their management people looks over at me and says, what are the cops doing here? And I said, I don't know, and the cops never have to come here. We've never had to deal with the cops. So I went up to him and I said, how's it going, guys? And they said, we understand there's a show here. And I said, yeah? And they said, is it Metallica? And I said, yes, it is. They said, can we please watch? And it was fantastic, you know, just worked. It went off without a hitch. It was amazing. And then 2 years later, you know, we didn't even have any idea they were going to put it out. We knew that somebody from the Ames group was trying to like coerce them into considering putting it out, because they record all our shows. Next thing you know, the record comes out this past Black Friday, and it's kind of amazing. So there's the Metallica story.